Whew. Yeah, so I am in a city, in a land to implement the project that is so dear to my heart. I mean, I'm happy that I'm starting the implementation in Adamawa State, Nigeria, because that's where a lot of my work is being done at the moment. And while we have teams in other states also addressing issues affecting young people, so this project is the Survivors Trauma Healing Project. Like I said in the previous post, we've knocked at doors to share the concept of the project. I've seen the barrier cost of trying to provide a gender-based violence intervention is beyond what has been provided before. And like I said, that is why you see sometimes you're trying to provide a service to do something for a survivor, and then they get to a point where they get to withdraw their case. They don't want it again, or they try to say, you know what, let me just go quiet about it. It never happened. Don't worry, I'm fine. And some of them have lived in denial, have faced trauma issues 3, 4, 5 years, 15 years and more. And because you hardly find special program that is focused on taking them through their healing journey. And doing such a program is not a program that has a quick output that can actually be measured, evaluated, that speak to numbers, that give a very sweet report, that most donors, will really require at the cost of funding your concept in what you're trying to address, right? This concept, this project will not give you an immediate output, but it gives you a long-term impact, an outcome. It doesn't have it. We can't even evaluate the time frame for us to say, okay, the program was done for 1 year, for 6 months, for this period, and then this person is here now, this healing has happened. No, it's a program that will just be going. The stage where the survivor gets to, and the survivor say, you know what, I am now fine. The survivor has overcome the trauma challenge. The survivor has overcome trauma. The survivor has become stable again, has been able to address those effects that occurred after the rape incidents. Then we can say, oh yes, we can do some therapeutic check to confirm that this survivor is psychologically, mentally, emotionally fine. Physically, things are functioning the way it should function, and the person can now say, okay, now you are free and you're good to go. So it's a long-term program. But I remember pitching the concept to our amazing funder that I got, UNFPA, of course. I pitched it to them, I think last year. I know that call to action program under UNFPA has a special element in GBV programming that is called the special GBV, program. So when I saw that, I was like, yes, the concept that I have about the Survivors Healing Program can be a special program under the GBV program concept, and so okay, I even developed the concept note. I shared to some partners. They just kept saying, okay, I could get back to you. But when I shared my story and the demands for this survivors program from survivors were on a high increase, I had survivors in numbers. They reached out after I expressed my trauma issue, and so while they were waiting, I kept them in the parking lot where I could easily get back to them. It was a very quick story. I was going around looking for resources, funding to see that we start off a safe space session with survivors that will take them through their journey at all. Just a space that we can just come, just us, a private, confidential space. We share, we learn, we express, and, healing takes place from there. Just a moment that everybody can hold space for you. Somebody can really understand you for what you're saying. Sometimes people are implementing interventions like this. They've not experienced it. They didn't even know. They don't even understand when you say you don't feel a thing here. They don't understand. But if you meet people that tell you, see, me too, I don't, but this is how I do it. This is how, it really helps to know that you're not alone. So while I saw the call for proposal from Call to Action by UNFPA, with amazing funding from Norway, in partnership with AUN, I applied and pitched the same concept again, knowing so well that many funders have turned down to say, because it doesn't speak to numbers, I'll put, this is not what we can really fund for now, but let's see how it goes. I had gone ahead to start implementing my concept. I mobilized the survivors in numbers. We created a virtual community. I started doing some check-ins with them, and we had our first session virtually, It was a heavy moment of expression. There and there, we know that we needed a therapist. I started making contacts on how we can get therapists to join us in the sessions, to offer therapeutic services, because people were really in need, and boom! I got selected. The concept got selected, and now TFT will be implementing, even though it's a short period of time project. But for us, it's an entry phase to implementing a special survivor healing program. And we're starting with the Yola city with very few numbers of beneficiaries because of the budget cost line. We cannot take more than the number that it can take. But like I said, this is just a startup, and we know that it's going to build into better result, because we're going to really evaluate how this program will go. So I am so excited, guys. Don't worry, you won't see pictures about this program because it's confidential, but you will hear the outcome, the story, the result from me and from Today for Tomorrow initiative platform. We'll have a way to tell you the story of how it's going, so you too, from wherever you are, can know that, my goodness, this was really an essential program that you can also re-implement, adopt, and all. And if you're a survivor out there listening to me and you've watched this, know that you are no longer alone. We are moving closer to you to see that you get your complete healing, right? We have a virtual community group of rape survivors. If you're one, there's a link there. Reach out to me. I'll share you the link, and then you can be part of us. It's for free, and then we get you linked to therapists and all of that. And, if you know someone, you do need to know someone, because people don't want to say I'm a survivor. Just share the link as far as you can share. Just share that form, because you don't know, in your timeline, in your space where you are, there are always survivors around you. Because out of every 10 girls, 6 have been raped before. Out of 10 men or 10 boys, 4 have experienced rape before. And it will surprise you, our database has boys, has men who have been raped before and are going through trauma issues. Yes, you need to see our database. We'll give you the analysis very soon. So guys, bye. Thank you for listening to this very point. I know it's long, but bye. Alright, I'm so happy I had to be here myself too. It's a survivors program, and then it's only led by survivors. I'm happy and I bless God. Thank you, UNFPA. Thank you, Norway. Thank you, AUN, my amazing partner. We're going to do this together, and we're very certain result is going to be amazing. AUN is American University in Nigeria. Yes, just in case for those that don't know what AUN is.